On the previous episode of the STI build series, we improved the grip and stopping power of the STI in order to save more pedestrians. In this 3-part series sponsored by Continental Tire, we're going to continue to develop the STI even further. We're going to do some visual mods because I think the car is looking kind of stock for what it is underneath. Welcome to episode 2 of this season's STI build. In the last episode, we put on big brakes onto this car, and now it's time to focus on some visual mods. This car is a 500 wheel horsepower beast, and yet it looks kind of stock from the outside. So in this episode, it's time to fix that. I generally like a cleaner aesthetic, simple, OEM plus. But after owning that crazy wide-body Evo 10 for a little bit, I can understand and appreciate a little more visual flair. So let's turn things up a little bit. I'm not gonna go crazy, but I think we can start with some nice carbon fiber additions. Maybe a carbon fiber hood and even a carbon fiber spoiler. Okay, so in this box we have an OEM carbon fiber wing. So this thing has got the factory mounts on the side. It's all factory, but it's in carbon and it's gonna look really good. All right, I know that looked pretty bad. There's a few scratches on it. I wanted to come out and see it in the light. Minor crack on this side. The other side, a little bit of a bigger crack, but I'm not that concerned. I have a friend that can do some carbon work for it, and
if you're feeling like you need a little bit of company, you met me at the... No!
Okay, so this is my new hood. I'm not gonna touch it. I unboxed it very carefully. I'm not gonna hold it because I will likely drop it. But this is a really cool looking hood. It's got
Huh?
Dude, what are you doing?
I'm doing some landscaping.
Landscaping my hood?
I didn't even realize it was a hood. I thought it was a funny looking truck. I'm just trying to do some maintenance around here. I was just trying to get to the tree.
You freaking drive over my spoiler? You're gonna cut up my hood?
Drive over your spoiler. Did I get something? You know, I remember now. I did run over something. I'm sorry, man. I didn't realize. I heard it crunch. I thought it was a cat.
So at first glance, these carbon fiber pieces look perfectly fine, but the reason we just accidentally destroyed them is because they were already damaged, and Saibon's policy is that you're supposed to damage them beyond repair, which I would argue is already the case, but for good measure, we ran over it with a truck and cut it up with a chainsaw. Clearly, this package, this box that it came in was squished, despite it having fragile written all over the box. They're gonna send us another one. MA Performance has been awesome to work with through that process. So we have a new wing coming, despite this one being destroyed, as you already saw. This one was a little bit harder to destroy because honestly, it's not that bad, but it's not repairable either. I have talked to 2 other people to see if we could fix it, but it has a saggy hood scoop. So something was clearly pressing on top of the box and it kind of pushed the top part of the hood scoop in, which kind of bent this metal grate. It chipped the carbon on this corner here, but most importantly, it has this big droop down the middle. And if I were to put that on the car, it might look okay from 10 feet, but when you looked at the scoop, it would always be saggy, and that would drive me absolutely insane. So yeah, unfortunately, we had to cut this up in order to get another one on the way. Unfortunately, this kind of thing can happen while shipping delicate parts. It happens a lot with Saibon particularly, or maybe it's the freight company to blame, Pilot Freight. Who knows? I got these through MA Performance and they have been awesome to work with. They took care of this issue quickly and shipped me out another new hood and spoiler. And just like that, the power of editing, we have our new parts in and they're not damaged this time. So we have an OEM shape rear wing, but made out of carbon. Not really sure if it's any lighter. We'll have to find out. The hood is not OEM. We went a little bit more aggressive on the hood. Mark, what do you think?
I enjoy these vents on this new carbon fiber hood, and I also like the curvature that it has over here by the scoop. It's a little bit more intense.
Yeah.
You know, this flows a whole lot better.
Yeah, I agree. And the scoop is not like huge and in your face. I don't like a lot of aftermarket STI hoods that have like a monster hood scoop, and I'm front mount anyway, so I don't need a hood scoop. Well, not sure about fitment yet, so let's see if we can throw it on there, and also maybe we can weigh the old hood and the new hood and see what the weight difference is.
I really feel like this is gonna weigh more.
It might actually weigh more. This wing is honestly kind of heavy.
OEM plus
OEM,
weight.
OEM plus. So generally speaking, OEM is better. And from a functionality perspective, this hood is better than that one. I mean, the ducting in here is fantastic, but I don't have a top mount anymore, so I don't need that ducting.
Right, I mean, so it doesn't even really matter.
It doesn't matter, yeah. So then you might be thinking, oh, well, it's a carbon hood. Carbon hoods are lighter, right? You might be shaving off some weight. That's actually kind of a myth. With cars that have aluminum hoods anyway, like STIs and Evos, generally the OEM hood is lighter than the carbon hood. Mark, would you say that's the case here?
That would be the case here.
That hood certainly felt quite light when we were moving it.
How much do you think that weighs as far as like the weight difference?
I think that is probably 4 pounds heavier.
I'm gonna go 6.
6 pounds heavier, all right. I think in order to have like a good, realistic benchmark here, we should take the hood latch off. Since that latch is gonna go there. So we'll measure them both with no hood latch. So 211 pounds. Here's the weight on screen of this hood. All right, let's see what the carbon hood is. Moment of truth. Step on the scale.
You still sticking with your 4 pounds?
Okay, so stock hood was 23 pounds.
211 with me on it.
So it'll be
hood.
either above 211 or below 211. I think it'll be 215.
No!
Whoa!
What?
It's like barely lighter.
That's
Hey!
not even right.
We're making an improvement. It is lighter. I am actually shocked. If we transferred over all of this stuff onto that, then that one would be heavier for sure. But because we're not reusing that.
I think there's something wrong with your scale.
That is impressive. Well, I mean, regardless, it's roughly the same. It's about the same weight. So, I mean, carbon fiber hood on your car, if it has an aluminum hood, is not necessarily gonna save you weight. I know for a fact on Evos, carbon fiber hoods are heavier than the factory hood. In this case, on this STI, it does seem to be about the same, so.
It's a big visual change.
Yeah, it's kind of a lot going on.
It's kind of a little too much carbon fiber just in the front.
Yeah, it doesn't really blend in that well. Maybe if we put the spoiler on, it'll help balance it out.
Yeah, I think that's what they say. It'll help balance it out, right?
Oh! This feels pretty light. I'm not gonna lie. This is, oh, maybe not.
You think it might weigh the same now?
It might weigh the same. This feels pretty similar. 13 pounds.
I think it's lighter.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Whoa, 2 pounds lighter. Okay, so net weight loss is 3 pounds. If you want to take 3 pounds off your STI, you can spend $2,000 to buy a carbon wing and a carbon hood.
Was that worth it?
It looks cool.
Totally worth it?
Totally worth it. Let's throw it on. Yeah, this doesn't really work.
Yeah, it's a little too much.
It's definitely too much carbon. Maybe if the viewers liked and subscribed.
No.
You don't think? All right, tell you what, I got an idea.
Hopefully it's a good one.
We are here at Choice Collision where Steve is gonna paint these parts. Now I know you're thinking, why would you even get carbon parts in the first place if you're just gonna paint them? Well, we've already discovered that we're gonna save 3 pounds off the car, but also we're not gonna paint them entirely. We're gonna get them to blend in a little bit better with the car, but still have a little bit of that added carbon flair. Yeah, that looks a lot better.
Yeah, you were right about the paint. It was too much carbon.
Yeah, this definitely blends it in much nicer.
Have you seen this done before?
I can't take full credit. Yeah, I did find somebody on Instagram that did that to the hood and I really liked how it looked. But I didn't see anyone do that to the rear wing before other than Mitsubishi. They do it on, you know, Evo 9s and stuff, but.
I mean, Mitsubishi does it right.
Some stuff. Oh yeah, I forgot I have some more stuff too.
All right.
By now you're probably wondering why we have removed these. I think they looked good on the car, but there's something that I think will look even better. And it is an OEM option from Subaru. Big old painted spats. I believe they're called Aero Splash Guards. They're already paint matched because it's from Subaru, so that's pretty cool. It sticks on in a similar way that these do, and it should give it a little bit more of a sleek look, I think, rather than just kind of having like a bunch of stuff kind of like tacked on underneath. This feels like it blends into the body lines a little bit better. It also comes with these plastic pieces, which we'll figure out where those go. And it also comes with the 3M tape here, nicely taped. So we can just stick it right on. And if you're wondering where I got this, MA Performance. And it's honestly very cheap. It's like a little over 100 bucks, which I think is a pretty good deal for painted OEM body panels. All right, we gotta take the wheel off to be able to get in there, but I figured I'd mention how good these Continental tires have been. I know I haven't really been driving it around too much, but just tons of grip and also amazing in the rain. So yeah, been super happy with these. And also, look at that tread life. We're gonna be on these tires for a while. I will say. That Subaru looks good.
I'm so glad we painted the hood. That was just way too much carbon.
Yeah, no. It looked cheap. Yeah, now it just looks aggressive. And the full carbon wing would not have worked.
No,
I mean,
definitely
yeah.
wouldn't.
You got carbon on the front, side mirrors, and the rear wing now.
And then the rear spats kind of just tied in.
It fills it in, yeah. Full body, yeah.
You got like, you know, that Evo 10 thing going.
Speaking of full body, I've got some bigger plans. I've got some big stuff. Even bigger than anything we've done on this car.
You gotta be kidding.
I'm super excited.
Oh my God.
It's gonna look awesome.
Well, look, that's gonna have to wait till next episode.
Yeah, you're not wrong. It's probably gonna take the whole episode too, because it's gonna take you that long to do it. Yeah.
The whole episode?
The whole episode. I mean, it's huge. It's a huge endeavor. You got your work cut out for you, that's for sure.
Certainly.